Hey guys, it's Sam, and today I'm going to talk about the Rory Gilmore book challenge. So I've always been a huge fan of Gilmore Girls. I remember watching it growing up with my mom all the time, and I just love Rory Gilmore and always wanted to be just like her, even if she was a fictional character. And I really liked how she was like a positive role model on TV, and she was this huge book nerd and wasn't afraid to be a book nerd. And yeah, I just always wanted to. I still want to be just like Rory Gilmore, even though now I'm like the same age as she was towards the end of the show. That's okay. So I was really excited when I found the Rory Gilmore book challenge on Pinterest about a year ago, and basically someone went through and made a list of every book that Rory talks about or reads throughout the entire series of the show and just compiled it into this huge list of books. And like people all over the place have been reading it and going through this list, and just reading the same books as Rory. So I started this about a year ago, kind of, and just recently decided that I'm going to pick it back up and try and read them all. There's just over 300 books on the list, I believe. So yeah, I'm going to try and read them all. My goal is that I'm going to read one book from this list every month is my goal. Hopefully I stick to that. So, but this video, I'm going to tell you all about the books on the red that I've already listed. Meh. But this video, I'm going to tell you all about the books on the list that I have already read. Here we go. Okay. The Little Match Girl by Hans Christian Andersen, which is just like a short little fairy tale, and I read this like last week. And it was super cute. I really liked it. Tuesdays with Morrie by Mitch Albom, which I read for my AP Lit class my junior year of high school, and I really like it. It's probably one of my favorite books that we read that year. Even though we read a lot of good books, it was one of my favorites. Alice in Wonderland by Lewis Carroll, which is the only book that I've intentionally read because it was on the Rory Gilmore book list, which was about a year ago, but yeah. The Perks of Being a Wallflower by Stephen Chbosky, which I read earlier this year in like a day because it's amazing and I absolutely love it. A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens, and I can't remember what year I read this, but I know that I read it for school sometime. I don't know. The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald, which I read for my AP Lit class junior year of high school, and it was kind of fun because it was my teacher's favorite book, so it was really interesting reading it with him teaching it, and I really like it. It's also one of my favorite books. Lord of the Flies by William Golding, which I read my sophomore year for English class, and I really like this book. I've noticed that a lot of people don't like this book, but I thought it was really interesting. Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Who hasn't read it? The Scarlet Letter by Nathaniel Hawthorne, which I read in 8th grade, 11th grade, and 12th grade, and it's my least favorite book to ever exist. The Outsiders by S.E. Hinton, which I read when I was in 8th grade for English class, and I also really like this one. It's a really good one. The Secret Life of Bees by Sue McKidd, which I read on my own my freshman year of high school after I went and saw the movie with my mom, and I really like both the movie and the book. Yeah. To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee, which I read my freshman year of high school for English class, and I've noticed that a lot of people don't like this one either, but I really do. You have to get past that like really boring part in the beginning, but after that it gets really good. The Crucible by Arthur Miller, which I also read for my AP Lit class junior year, and I'm pretty sure every single time I got picked to read a role in class, I was a male. The Time Traveler's Wife by Audrey Niffenegger, which I read on my own. I think my list says 2011, which would have been my junior year of high school. It's an approximation. I don't know, but I read it and I really liked it. 1984 by George Orwell, which I read in 10th and 11th grade due to the moving of schools. And I don't really like this book. I really like the premise of it, but I don't like George Orwell's writing at all. My Sister's Keeper by Judy Picoult, which I read on my own my freshman year of high school in preparation for the movie that looked really good. So obviously I wanted to read the book first. Book is way better. Don't even see the movie if you like the book. The Raven by Edgar Allan Poe, which I have read countless times. I'm pretty sure every English class in the world reads this. Harry Potter and the Philosopher/Sorcerer's Stone, whichever you prefer. And I'm going to get a lot of hate for this, but I did not read this book until my sophomore year of high school. The Catcher in the Rye by J.D. Salinger, which I also read for my AP Lit class my junior year of high school, and I really like this. And it was really funny because my best friend was afraid she was crazy because she is really similar to Holden Caulfield. The Lovely Bones by Alice Sebold, which I read on my own my freshman year after finding it at Goodwill, and it seemed really interesting. Hamlet by Shakespeare, which I read my sophomore year for English, and I'm pretty sure I read the part of Male many times with this play also. Romeo and Juliet, also by Shakespeare, which I read my freshman year of English class, and this was my first introduction to Shakespeare. Of Mice and Men by John Steinbeck, which we read for my sophomore English class, and I don't remember liking this book very much. Night by Elie Wiesel, which I read for my sophomore year English class and also read for a history class that I took last year here at college. And it's one of my favorite books. I absolutely love it. Last but of course not least, Rapunzel and Snow White and Rose Red, which are two different Grimm Brothers fairy tales, which I read last week. But they were both really cool. So yeah, I have read about 26 books on this list, and I have about 297 to go. And the book that I plan to read this month for this list is The Kite Runner. I'm not going to try to say the author's name. I would butcher it to no end. So yeah, follow me on Twitter and Goodreads. Links are below. Like the video if you like the video. Don't forget to subscribe and come back for new videos every Friday. Bye!